Hi, beautiful beings. Welcome back to Shelter in the Storm with A Course in Miracles, Lesson 4.0. Okay, today we're up to the text reading of one page. We're still in Chapter 3, The Innocent Perception, but we're up to Part 4 of Chapter 3, called Error and the Ego. The abilities you now possess are only shadows of your real strength. All of your present functions are divided and open to question and doubt. This is because you are not certain how you will use them, and are therefore incapable of knowledge. You are also incapable of knowledge because you can still perceive lovelessly. Perception did not exist until the separation introduced degrees, aspects, and intervals. Spirit has no levels, and all conflict arises from the concept of levels. Only the levels of the Trinity are capable of unity. The levels created by the separation cannot but conflict. This is because they are meaningless to each other. Consciousness, the level of perception, was the first split introduced into the mind after the separation, making the mind a perceiver rather than a creator. Consciousness is correctly identified as the domain of the ego. The ego is a wrong-minded attempt to perceive yourself as you wish to be rather than as you are. Yet, you can know yourself only as you are, because that is all you can be sure of. Everything else is open to question. The ego is the questioning aspect of the post-separation self, which was made rather than created. It is capable of asking questions, but not of perceiving meaningful answers, because these would involve knowledge and cannot be perceived. The mind is therefore confused, because only one-mindedness can be without confusion. A separated or divided mind must be confused. It is necessarily uncertain about what it is. It has to be in conflict, because it is out of accord with itself. This makes its aspects stranger to each other, and this is the essence of the fear-prone condition, in which attack is always possible. You have every reason to feel afraid as you perceive yourself. This is why you cannot escape from fear until you realize that you did not and could not create yourself. You can never make your misperceptions true, and your creation is beyond your own error. That is why you must eventually choose to heal the separation. Right-mindedness is not to be confused with the knowing mind, because it is applicable only to right perception. You can be right-minded or wrong-minded, and even this is subject to degrees, clearly demonstrating that knowledge is not involved. The term right-mindedness is properly used as the correction for wrong-mindedness, and applies to the state of mind that induces accurate perception. It is miracle-minded because it heals misperception, and this is indeed a miracle in view of how you perceive yourself. Perception always involves some misuse of mind. because it brings the mind into areas of uncertainty. The mind is very active. When it chooses to be separated, it chooses to perceive. Okay, that's it for our text today. Now on to our lesson. Lesson number 40. I am blessed as a son of God. Today, we will begin to assert some of the happy things to which you are entitled, being what you are. No long practice periods are required today, but very frequent short ones are necessary. Once every 10 minutes would be highly desirable, and you are urged to attempt this schedule and to adhere to it whenever possible. If you forget, try again. If there are long interruptions, try again. Whenever you remember, try again. You need not close your eyes for the exercise periods, although you will probably find it more helpful if you do. However, you may be in a number of situations during the day when closing your eyes would not be feasible. Do not miss a practice period because of this. You can practice quite well under any circumstances, if you really want to. Today's exercises take little time and no effort. Repeat the idea for today, and then add several of the attributes you associate with being a son of God, applying them to yourself. One practice period might, for example, consist of the following. I am blessed as a son of God. I am happy, peaceful, loving, and contented. Another might take this form. I am blessed as a son of God. I am calm, quiet, assured, and confident. If only a brief period is available, merely telling yourself that you are blessed as a son of God will do. So that's how to do our lesson 40 for today. So now, Jesus' commentary for lesson 40. I am blessed as a son of God. You are blessed beings, indeed. I am that one you know as Jesus. You are indeed blessed as the Son of God. But we want to address the language. The use of masculine pronouns has come up in our dear one's channel's mind as a frequent accusation of this material. The word father and son are used, and there is no mention of daughters or females. We want you to understand this is not an attack on the feminine. I am, indeed, a feminist. My partner, Mary, was my equal. I could not have lived the life I did on the earth plane, I could not have lived the life I did on the earth plane so many years ago, if not for her. We want you to understand the great forgiveness practice inherent in this teaching. You are not ignored because you are female. You are not less than because you are female. But you must become aware of the anger and resentment that you hold. If you hold it, you will have resistance to masculine pronouns. There is a different journey for the feminine than for the masculine on earth. The dichotomy of the separation manifested in the physical demonstration of separation gives each of you a different experience. For the feminine, the women, daughters, wives, and mothers in this world, it is important to understand you are not under threat by the use of words. It shows how easily you feel victimized, put down, and made less than. If you have that reaction to these statements, the Son of God, or you are blessed as the Son of God, you misunderstand what this wording means. This wording shows you where you have resentment. This sounds like a controversial commentary today, because your society now encourages an attack on the masculine in defense of the feminine. But this is a dualistic battleground. We want you to rise above the battleground. If these words offend you, if you say, "I want to have daughter" there instead, you may use that word if it makes you feel more comfortable. We also want you to witness what made you uncomfortable. What dissatisfies you with the use of the word son or father? Does it make you feel less than? A word cannot do that. The feeling of less than comes from you somehow, and we want you to look at this today. Determine whether the feeling of dissatisfaction has arisen through this particular language structure. A word cannot make you feel bad unless you already have that bad feeling unconsciously present. We challenge the feminists in the group, and our dear one, indeed, is a feminist, so do not feel that she is not. I am a feminist, and we want you to look at whatever the word son or father trigger and upset in you. We want you to know the words are gifts that reveal something within your mind that believes in victimization and value systems not based on truth. You can use that resentment and negative feeling triggered by these masculine pronouns as a way to heal your mind and say, "I am not threatened by a word. I am connected to the divine. I am a holy son and daughter of God." You can use those words in whatever format you wish. I am that one you know as Jesus. We hope these masculine pronouns do not lose the feminists among you. We are all feminists as well. We believe in the absolute equality of all children of God and the use of words to heal the mind. If the word God or Jesus upsets you, then you know something evil has been done in that word's name, and it is not true. Words like God, Jesus, Son, Father, or Mother should not upset any of you. That upset is what needs to be looked at. We thank you for joining us today, and we will see you again tomorrow. Namaste, dearest ones.